So as I'm walking along Middle Prong Trail, there's a deep stream or creek, Middle Prong Creek. And I'm wondering, on this logging road, how many men walked up this just to do their job, logging trees here in the Smokies before it was a park. And even after it was a park, the Little River Timber Company still had logging rights to, even though they'd sold their portion to the United States Parks and Interior, that they still had the rights to log the area until a certain period. But I had no idea how pretty this was on this side of the park up Tremont. But what the loggers would do, and I've mentioned this before, they would dam up the creek, and it would make little mini lakes, and they would cut all the timber, roll it and drag it into those little lakes. The trees would float, they'd fill it up, and there were hundreds, maybe thousands of trees sitting there. Well, they would blow that dam and it would flow down really quickly, carrying all those logs and using nature as its workman. But you can see, take a look at that waterfall. But it's amazing how much this water just continually comes down from the top, from all these springs draining into this drainage and going out. Amazing. If you recall, I started out this hike series by telling the story of how maybe the universe didn't want me to go on this hike trip. At least that is what I was starting to think. Well, I'm going to tell you a little more of the story. Here we go. 2 days ago, the morning that I was going to leave my home in Alabama, it started out early. I woke up at 3 a.m. wanting to get on the road heading north to the Smokies to get there early. With my coffee thermos in hand, I get out of my SUV to leave for the 5-hour drive. I can't find my wallet. Looking for it in all the obvious places, I try not to wake everyone in my frustration. My wife, Joy, she does wake up. She has to leave anyway early to take some friends that have just gotten married to the airport as a favor. And as she was leaving, she wishes me good luck. After another 15 minutes of searching, I finally find my wallet. Where did I find it? It's been on the running board of the vehicle of all places. It must have fallen out of my pocket the evening before while I was preloading my gear. To save time, well, that didn't work out too well. Relieved to find it, I get in to crank the SUV, and the battery, it wouldn't start. Dead. We have a battery charger jump box, so I decided to put it on the battery. I get in the vehicle to crank it up, nothing. I get out to check it to make sure it has good connection to the battery terminals, and it's extremely hot. It's not working either. Geez. Lord, are you trying to tell me something here? Should I not go on this trip? Well, I'll tell you the rest of the story in the coming last episode. Oh, and if you're curious to part 1 of this story, go and watch episode 1 to get caught up. What a story. More than I expected. 2.3. Got 2.79. Alright, so Panther Creek Trail is where I'm going. I'm going to go up to Jates Creek and Miry Ridge. It'll split eventually. But I got to do both of those. 2.3 and 2.3. But unfortunately it's a double back and in and out. I guess that's par for the course on the Great Smoky Mountain 900. So I got to get across this. Right now, a lot of rocks. I think it's doable. Trail is right over there. Alright, let's do this. Well, I was successful at that. You can see there's a a lot of rocks in the creek, and I was able to negotiate all of them without incident, so yay me. All right, let's go. Getting closer to my terminus here on this trail before I have to turn around and go back. I'm up here at the gap. I'm gonna get up here and I'm gonna sit down and hydrate, have a snack. Miry Ridge Trail, Jakes Creek. It goes down to oh heck, whatever the heck that. Man, that was a long 2.2. It was all up mountain. Well, I stood up there for about 30 minutes drying off. I was completely soaked from sweat, and my shorts are still wet from the sweat on my back running down my legs. But my shirt got pretty dry. I took it off and I'm sitting there. Saw some hikers come through, and then another guy that I met this morning, he came through, spoke with him for a bit, and it was a nice conversation. But now I'm headed back down this trail, and I'm gonna go back down to the sign from whence I came, and I'm gonna go up, keep going up Middle Prong Trail to get to Lynn Camp Prong Trail. I think that's what it is, and then double back from there. Okay, so we just came down Panther Creek Trail, and then we're going to head up Middle Prong Trail to Greenbrier. It's 1.8. Then we'll double back and come back down. All right, to another intersection. In Camp Prong Trail. Alright. Leonidas and I passed through here back in the fall. Finishing up Middle Prong now. We did Panther Creek, we did to Greenbrier, and we're done.